these days you become very busy. I can tell you become really busy because you only got half a haircut and then you had to go ना. एक साइड किया उसने फिर
खुद ही किया था ना इसलिए.
कहा कि shit यार कोई
They are
appointment
like, Shikhar, no, do it now. Shikhar बोलता मैं निकालता हूँ. तो Shikhar instead of I asked him to remove just इतना बाल.
हाँ.
So remove the whole part. I like चल कोई नहीं पूरा निकाल दो. अपनी खुद की खेती है. I can carry. I am pretty confident I can carry. So it's okay.
अगर गब्बर से काम करवाओगे तो फिर मैदान साफ हो ही जाएगा ना.
उनने हाथ साफ किए थे गब्बर ने, इनने बाल साफ कर दिए. तो शक्ल ना देखे तो बाल तो देखे एटलीस्ट.
श्रीलंका में जो सेंचुरी मारी थी, यू वर बैटिंग, यू वर ऑन सम 30-40 और समथिंग. मैं आई थिंक ब्रेकफास्ट लेने गया, कॉफ़ी लेने गया, थोड़ा घूम के आया तो देखा 90 पे पहुंच गया लड़का. मैंने कहा ये भाई टेस्ट मैच चल रहा है कि T20 हो गया है यहाँ पे.
Okay, the morning starts from my last night. I mean, the same night. I was not able to sleep till 3. Like, my anxiety level was like a different level. Because I still remember I got out to the same bowler and I was furious. After getting it out, I sat there near the pool side till 8:39 after finishing the game by 6. I was just sitting there. I said it, some few people said it and we were having a chat. I talked about the game, I talked about the batting, I talked about how I got out. And the only one thing I said that this won't happen again. No chance. When I get out, I don't think much. But when I get out in a certain way, I think a lot. I sat there and the night before the 100, I was not able to sleep. I was just getting, batting. I was like in a fighting mood. I was like, fight. So before going in, all noticed. I was not talking to anyone. I was just, I got paired up and all, and everyone's sitting here, and then I don't know what I'm jumping, and I'm just going back and forth, and I'm just keep on asking. In 10 minutes, I asked 5-6 times that kab andar ja raha, kab umpire ja raha, kab umpire ja raha andar. So once the umpire crossed the line, I was like ready in the crease, and I'm just, like, yeah, okay, now I'm here. I'm now calm down. But I still remember everyone was on the field. I mean, every fielder was on boundary.
Yeah.
Like all the 9 fielders. I have to connect it well. I don't care where you keep the fielders. Straight side.
जानी तो उनके सर के ऊपर से.
ऊपर से. अगर what I'm aiming for. And I was like, bro, I'm going all guns blazing.
Do you remember the first day you went to the Indian dressing room? Your debut? एक वो जो बच्चे वाली एक्साइटमेंट होती है कि मैं इंडिया के लिए एक दिन खेलूंगा. Do you remember looking around because it was Australia?
Yeah, first time.
वहाँ के ड्रेसिंग रूम भी थोड़े शानदार होते हैं. Your first game was which stadium? Melbourne or Sydney?
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
I met everyone. I was hesitant to say hi to everyone. Hi. I mean, hi. I'm being very calm. Acha bacha, sona bacha. I was like, I wanted to impress everyone.
Yeah.
I was bowling, putting this. Then I was like, few shots which Virat played and next में Shikhar and all. Like, wow, यार ये सब तो कमाल shot मारते. They just said, enjoy. I mean, this
relax.
It's
okay, obviously, when you're young like that, you're like, इतने बड़े players.
I give 21 runs in my first international over, and my career is gone. It was a nightmare. I mean, I was first time in my life, I would say, I was blank.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. And being how I am, I didn't had any answers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my by being a legend, he asked, "Aja dusra order," and I get hit for the 6 in the first ball, and so I'm apparently 1.1 balls. So 7 balls, I'm 28 runs.
Yeah.
And I gave only 37 after I only gave. In the other 2, I only gave 6 runs, and I got 2 wickets. And
what did he say to you then? I mean, see, once you go for 21 runs and your captain gives you the ball again, then he doesn't need to say anything to you, no? That's the confidence in itself.
He didn't say anything.
कोई बात नहीं होता है.
I didn't say anything because I still remember after that he gave the press conference also. He said that he knew that after the first over he'll be a better bowler for sure.
Yeah.
After getting Lynn out, I still remember. I was like, he was like, my God, this thing you are doing for the last time.
Yeah.
Because you will get banned, plus a team will lose a player.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. I was like, yeah. Sorry. So I might be the first person or first player to get a ICC code of conduct on his first international game. So I guess I might be the first one.
You're like, yeah, nahi. But you also learn.
I like पैसा नहीं कटाना है. जब पैसा मेहनत का है, मतलब ये पैसा नहीं कटाना है, एक दो गाली के लिए वाला पैसा नहीं कटाना है वाला.
और बचपन से गालियाँ फ्री में दी हैं, अब गाली दे के पैसे देने पड़े तो बड़ा बुरा लगता है यार.
मैं बाहर दे दूंगा जितनी देनी हो, ग्राउंड पे नहीं वाला.
I remember last year on MITV, I saw this. Mrs. Ambani said that, I think with you and Jaspreet, she was like, you know, we were watching the match when Hardik made his debut and his first over he went for 21 runs. And she said, I was sitting there like that going, oh my God, because, and there was a very sweet line she said after that. She said, you know, because Hardik is, you know, the age of my children. This is for us, for the family, he's like a child.
Yeah. They treat us as, this is, like Emma is our extended family, you know.
Yeah.
The heart is here, you know, I always wanted, this was my favorite team, and then obviously the love which we get in Bombay is different, and then obviously our owners are also really sweet.
Who plays the pranks in the Mumbai Indians dressing room?
See, there are few people like with themselves only. Ronald is there, Paul is there, like they're mad.
Yeah.
How we stay in the hotel, my room, Ronald's room, and Pollard's room. All the rooms, doors will be open. Like दरवाजा खोल के उसके रूम में, दरवाजा खोल के इधर रूम में, and it's like really crazy fun, you know. It's a very good guy. I mean, we did really gel well with him, you know. West Indies, I was with him only all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I called him 2 days back only. He had a very bad CPL. I was like, but bro, first of all, many congrats on such a successful CPL. I was like, yeah, why not? You know, so I was pulling his leg, you know, it was funny. So I was like, he was like, yeah, why not?
भाई 7 फुट के आदमी से पंगा नहीं लेना चाहिए, but you can when he's on the other side of the world. Hopefully जब तक वापस आएगा भूल जाएगा.
No, I can. He knows it that he can't hit me. Yeah, in West Indies, I was just roaming like, you know, I'm in India. Like, why? I said, I know you are there. You won't let me happen anything. I mean, it won't happen. Anything won't happen to me because you are around.
I'm a local. Because
I'm a local. Yeah, like, so something. So he actually pulled my leg, and I mean, he called a policeman, and policeman was arresting me. His friend only. He was like, "Isko darate." I was being super calm. I was like, yeah. And he was like, Pollard was trying to hold the police guy, like, you stay away. The funniest part, how I got to know. I knew it was a prank, but then I was like, it was getting very serious, you know. But I was calm. I was like, what? I'll call Indian team. कुछ नहीं होना है मेरे को, मैं इधर क्या कुछ किया है नहीं गलत, कुछ होना नहीं इन लोग का, कुछ कर रहा हूँ. तो the guy was calling, फोन का स्पीकर नीचे है और वो बात कर रहा है. So Polly, you know, the phone is upside down. Ask him to hold it rightly and do it properly. And I was in the prank on it. Like, why you were calm? I said, see, Polly, I knew you were there. Nothing will happen to me. If you are around, nothing will happen to me. And then I knew you. I am in your city. Half of the every day I was like, I met everyone at his place.
Yeah.
Went every day. How he keeps on going to people's place. I went with him every day, you know. Like, that's why I wrote like brother from another mother.
Yeah.
Just a little bigger brother, that's it.
Very big brother.
Huge brother.
In the last season of the IPL, you were a little more jumpy. In this season I saw you were a little calmer. क्योंकि एक तो आप क्रिकेट की गेम फील्ड पे खेलते हो, फिर एक जब आप पब्लिक फिगर होते हो इंडिया में, तो आपको एक गेम ही खेलनी पड़ती है.
This is more related to being my public figure image.
Yeah.
Because I'm very conscious what I do nowadays. I mean, but it's something, no, but maybe I don't know. See, I'm not tried intentionally, but I've gone a little calmer even I feel sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I always want to see, the main thing, I always want to improve as a person rather than being improved cricketer. I want to improve as a person because when you improve, you think smart, you take right decisions.
Yeah.
So for example, so we have this rule now in Indian team. I was the one who, and while having dinner, we keep our phone on the different. I collect all the phones, whoever was there in the dinner table. I take the phone and I keep on the side. Unless we don't sign the bill, no one touches. Silent and no one touches. I don't want this ting hua to idhar dekha. Yeah, and again, ting hua to wahan pe dekha, which I don't want.
I am very proud of you.
So which
I'm very proud of you. If somebody had told me you've done this rule, I wouldn't have thought you've done it.
so
Because I would have thought, अरे इसको शौक है. But I'm very happy you've done this.
when someone asks us like who's your idol,
Yeah.
I get blank out
Yeah.
because I like मैं किसको सोच के देखता हूँ. मतलब then I was like, so that's why nowadays I take, I mean, which I'm really following them is like Mahiba and Virat.
Yeah.
Because the way they are, not what they have achieved, the way they are after achieving this. So I want to be like them, you know, being disciplined, being sweet to people, you know. I want to know how they have become there. I mean, how they have reached there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just understanding that, okay, now we understand that how they are. So that's why I'm trying to, you know, without asking, I'm just being, you know, I'm just noticing what they are doing, how they are doing, and you know, understanding what it takes to be there. So
नहीं क्योंकि वो जो
they are nice human beings and still they are successful.
वो जो ट्रेनिंग करते हैं वो तो देखने को मिलती है, वो जो रन बनाते हैं वो देखने को मिलते हैं, पर जो वो सोचते हैं, जो उनके दिल में दिमाग में है, जो दिखता नहीं है बाहर, that's the kind of stuff that you want to learn from them.
The hard-working cricketer who plays for India will be training 20%.
Yeah.
And the one who is still playing, like थोड़ा नहीं कर रहा है, वो 19% होगा. वैसा नहीं है कि वो drastically change होता है कि 10% का फर्क. So ट्रेनिंग में नहीं होता है जो होता है वो इधर होता है. ट्रेनिंग में मेहनत तो जो होते करते हैं वही हम भी करते हैं.
Yeah.
But why they are like this? Because this is strong. This is on the right track. That's why.
Another thing I really like, and I think which you must have learned from as well, is Virat's attitude. On the field, aggressive, focused, sometimes angry. But off the field, he's a completely different guy.
Yeah. That's how it should be. I mean, that's how you balance your life. I mean, that's our personality at the ground, you know. We don't, I mean, having said that being aggressive or being short, but I mean, it's on, I mean, when we play, it's that we are like into it, you know, on the ground, like, yeah, we are just passionate of playing, you know, we are representing our country, we have to do it, and it's just that thing always keeps on, you know, getting us through, and, you know, like, karo, kyun nahi hoga, uska wo bhi hoga, and, I mean, everything is like self-made. Here, no one presents anything to you.
Correct.
I still remember when me and Kunal were 17 and he was 19, we said to my father that we don't want anyone's sympathy.
Yeah.
So, I was like, you won't say anything to anyone, that you won't say that pick my boy or something. You won't say anything because me and Kunal won't like it. You know, like, हम खुद खेलेंगे तो खेलेंगे, नहीं खेलेंगे नहीं. Because we always wanted that no one should say after a few years, like, you know.
मैंने बनाया है.
Yeah, there are people who has helped.
Yeah.
Like who has a big role, like my coach and all, which I'm grateful. But
पर बाहर जाके खुद कराए, फील्ड में खुद कराए.
no one knew that we have struggled for 3 years for this single penny also. Used to say 5 rupees, 10 rupees like, was a big trouble for us.
Yeah.
I still remember IPL mein, before that we won a championship trophy, championship in T20 Ranji Trophy ka. We got 1 lakh ka 70
Mushtaq Ali, right?
70
Mushtaq Ali.
something. Yeah, Syed Mushtaq Ali. 70,000 we got each. And me and Kunal like, चल अभी थोड़ा टाइम तो निकल जाएगा because we were struggling for almost 3 years. हम लोग का कार 2 साल से EMI नहीं भरा था just because like we were smart, we used to hide the car and all. We didn't wanted the car to go, so more time. So we are stuck. So anything which we have earned in that 3 years was supposed to save the car.
Yeah.
Rather than having something new for us or buying something, it was just that गाड़ी भरो और खाने का maintain करो, बस खाने का.
Yeah.
Then God is kind. Again, we win my first year.
Yeah.
And we won the IPL. And then I get 50 lakhs ka check. And I was like, damn. From there, I was like spending, I mean, getting my car free, and I bought a new car as well.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, just imagine, this was like before IPL, 3 months this has happened. 3 months पहले हम लोग struggle कर रहे हैं for fighting for some money. And after 3 months, I have 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs in my pocket. It was all about saving that time. And yeah, 50 lakh, things changed. I mean, from there you see 7 months, then what not has to come from. Because in our family, it's very important. I mean, we have this bond which, I mean, money does not come in between, no matter what.
And it's not like your money, my money.
My money, no. It's like, इतना पैसा है.
Yeah.
अगर 10 करोड़ तो 10 करोड़ है. अभी किसमें जितना भी हो, 10 करोड़ घर में है.
Yeah.
वैसा.
The family account.
My mother is in all the account. बोलते मेरे को पार्टनर, तुम्हारे अकाउंट में मैं पार्टनर रहूंगी. So my father के अकाउंट में मम्मी का नाम है, भाई के अकाउंट में भी और मेरे अकाउंट में भी.
मदर इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट यार.
सब उनके नाम पे है. From having a car to having a house to everything. लाइक मेरा भरोसा नहीं, मैं मेरे नाम पे नहीं लूंगा, मतलब मेरे नाम पे मैं नहीं लूंगा, 50% किसी को देना नहीं है आगे जाके. मतलब मैं मेरे नाम पे नहीं लूंगा, 50% मेरे को बड़ा चुभेगा, उससे जो तुम लोग के नाम रखो 50% जाएगा नहीं, मतलब कुछ हुआ तो भी. कभी मुझे कोई अभी पूछता है ना क्या करते सर, क्रिकेट खेलूंगा, पढ़ाई करूंगा, पढ़ाई कर. मैंने तो खतरों के खिलाड़ी बना था मैं मेरी लाइफ के साथ, तुम लोग मत बनो, क्योंकि बिकॉज़ क्रिकेट इज लाइक वेरी
डेंजरस. स्मॉल है यार, मतलब चांस सिर्फ there'll only be 15-16 people in a country of 1 billion who will get a chance.
It's no, so that's why I keep, when I get this question, I always say that पढ़ाई करो. If you pass your 10th, you get a job according to it. I mean, your education does not go away.
Yeah.
It stays with you. In cricket, you have to be at the like top. Then only you get. So then it's, and I know to reach there it's not a piece of cake. It's difficult. It's not something सबको मिल जाता है. Yeah, might be the luckiest one will get it, but to reach there you need to be like really, really, really best. And
but didn't mom dad ever say कि नहीं कर ले पढ़ाई, or did they just give up? ये नहीं करेगा बच्चा पढ़ाई.
I mean, उनको पता था I won't be able to do it because I was bad, like bad, and it was more of a situation decision which I made rather than being like नहीं मेरे को स्कूल नहीं करना. I always had this thing in my mind that life तगड़ी कैसे करूँगा, because we used to be really rich, I mean good well-to-do family, and from having that and struggling the life for 10 rupees, which was like disappointed for me. I was disappointed because I had money when I was small.
Yeah.
So I was like, जब बड़ा हो गया तब मेरे को इतना struggle में. Me and my Kruna used to go to villages to play for like, Kruna used to get 450, I used to get 300 rupees. Going in a local train with my kit and coming back in a truck, sitting in the back, or again coming in a local train without having a ticket. And I mean, it was difficult, and I was like, that day I sat there and I was like, see, one thing is there, now you can keep on creeping about it, that मेरे साथ क्यों, or either you can work hard and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm got a surprise for you. बच्चा, अगर आप इस वीडियो को अगले 10 सेकंड में 4 लोगों के साथ शेयर करेंगे तो अगले आधे घंटे में आपकी लाइफ में कुछ बहुत अच्छा होगा. तथास्तु. यहाँ पे सब्सक्राइब करें और यहाँ पे पुराने एपिसोड देखें. जुग जुग जियो.